Marvel is getting a brutal reality check, gambling everything on the Fantastic Four. Now, after two box office failures, the Fantastic Four is all they have left to turn things around in 2025. But instead of giving fans the version they actually care about, Marvel is putting the female Silver Surfer front and center, not Norin Radd, the classic cosmic hero, just the female Silver Surfer, Shala Ball, who is his girlfriend, who barely exists, and the comic lore itself shoved into the spotlight like the female surfer has been leading the Fantastic Four for decades. Now, if this is what the Fantastic Four reboot is built on, well, it's already in trouble. Now, the marketing has started for Fantastic Four, showing promotional images appearing with Galactus featured with the version of Silver Surfer, which is not Norin Radd, but it's the female Silver Surfer, as you all see here. Now, Marvel has made this the focal point of their campaign, and the reactions have not been favorable. Now, the design of the Galactus matches the comic character, as y'all seen before, with some color adjustments. It's been toned down, which is common for live action adaptations, unfortunately. But the female Silver Surfer design is different. You see, Julie Garner portrays her, and the visual effects in the release image are just basic. The surfboard pose and visual finish don't look polished. Online reaction has focused on how plain the effects look. Now, Norin Radd is not being used, but instead, Marvel's using Shala Ball, and this version of the female Silver Surfer only appeared briefly in comic book history, and it's not a main character. You see, Marvel decided to go with this version instead of just simply using the established one. And fans have noticed and commented on that choice, as you all know. And this type of character replacement has become basically common in the recent Marvel projects, as you all know, making it woke. And they often changed established characters or substitute lesser known versions. The female Silver Surfer is just another example of this particular pattern. You see, they are using a lesser known variant with limited history in place of the core character. And that choice is affecting how people see the Fantastic Four reboot. Okay. Now, Pedro Pascal is also playing Reed Richards, and that casting has angered a lot of people. You see, he's appeared in multiple franchises recently, including The Mandalorian, and some viewers are fatigued by his presence. Now, the version of Johnny Storm being promoted is described as less aggressive and more adjusted to the current sensibilities, basically. And that particular change affects the team dynamic, which is central to the Fantastic Four. And also, Vanessa Kirby is cast as Sue Storm, where she has experience with leading roles, but the concern is about how the character will be written. Marvel's recent pattern has involved shifting the, ways that reduce the presence of other characters and stuff, where they make it more female centric. And fans are cautious based on what they've seen before. They want the team to operate with balance, okay? That's not always happening recent Marvel projects, as you all know. Now, the female Silver Surfer image has become basically the most talked about part of the release, and it was not received as intended. Instead, they got a big backlash and stuff instead of generating interest, and it's brought them more skeptical. The CGI looked unpolished. The character did not resemble what audiences associate with the Silver Surfer identity, and that has affected the buzz around the Fantastic Four. Now, Marvel is not building confidence at all. You see, the Fantastic Four is a well-known brand. It has core characters and a built-in legacy, and people are familiar with Norin Radd. That's the Silver Surfer that they know, and replacing him with the female Silver Surfer changes the expectation. Now, Julia Garner is not the issue. I mean, she's done quality work elsewhere, but the issue is the role and the execution. In other words, people are mad at the company. Now, the last two Marvel movies underperformed with Captain America Brave New World, which did not meet revenue goals. Thunderbolts followed with even lower projections, and that film might become one of the lowest, performing in the studio's history, despite making more money than Brave New World. Now, and Marvel has one option left. The Fantastic Four must do left do well, and this theatrical properly is the only thing they have left this year until Avengers Doomsday, or at least Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man movie. Now, Marvel has tied much of its 2025 hopes to this one release. Norin Radd was a consistent figure in the comics, and he has a long history and is tied directly to Galactus. The female Silver Surfer does not have, that same depth in publication. You see, her stories are few and isolated. Fans know the difference, and they see this as another case where Marvel ignored its primary characters. I mean, that approach hasn't helped their last few releases at all. Now, Marvel often makes changes that are not based on, the audience demand. They use characters with minimal connection to the larger stories, and the Fantastic Four being used as a platform in experimentation is not what many fans expected. It was supposed to restore core values, but instead it's showing signs of the same approach that led to the current decline. Okay. Now, the image chosen for the female surfer is not effective at all. It doesn't even present the character with impact. It doesn't give her, proper pose, which lacks details. The design is underdeveloped. I mean, that's the promotional strategy for a movie that needs to succeed. So fans see it and, well, they're not convinced. The Fantastic Four needed strong marketing, and this was not it. Now, the female Silver Surfer is not going to bring in long-term fans, as you all know, because she's not familiar with most of the audience, and she doesn't have a large base of support, and her inclusion does not carry the weight that Norin Radd would have. And Marvel has taken a risk by putting her in that role, and there is no evidence that this choice will produce results. Now, the Fantastic Four is basically the most established team left in the Marvel lineup, and the Avengers lineup is uncertain. The X-Men have not arrived yet, and if the Fantastic Four fails to perform, the brand weakens further. I mean, that affects future movies right there. That affects the lead to into Avengers Doomsday, and the impact is immediate. Now, the choice to feature female Silver Surfer plays that into that pressure. Now, Marvel needs results basically, and they cannot rely on brand loyalty anymore. That has already eroded. The Fantastic Four is not just another movie, it's basically the measure of whether Marvel can still connect with a wide audience. And right now, they are not sending the right message. Using female Silver Surfer instead of Norin Radd is not creating any momentum, but instead it's reducing it. Now, Marvel's decision to go ahead to place, female Silver Surfer at the center of its promotion has not created any confidence. It simply reminded people of previous changes that didn't work, especially in past movies, and the Fantastic Four was supposed to be a turning point, but it's being seen as a continuation of the same strategy that's no longer working. And remember, Marvel should have done the thought of this years ago while they were still planning it. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed what was shared in the video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell notification for future uploads. And I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.